their comfort zone, I'm not really sold on history. He hasn't been that same player that I once could say was the next up, as you had called it. He's kind of more so been the player that has been the next down from where he once was. He was given opportunities after opportunities in organizations with salaries and other players surrounding him, with never really that breakthrough moment. And now where they bench Zevi in a moment where I think, okay, maybe they're going to pull somebody else in that has a bit better of a pedigree for it. Not exactly. History, only 20 years old, doesn't have the longest of accolades, but I want to say that knowing what he's capable of, knowing of the ceilings that we know he's been able to hit, there's definitely a reality where he could be the best version of himself today. And not to mention that he, Kai and Pyria have playing history together that precedes this team. That's something that maybe in good time can start to pull together and mesh some chemistry that's yet to be seen.
And to a degree, you almost wonder if that's another reason why he was selected next for this Fluxo team, because you look at that old Fluxo roster before, obviously, the removal of Zevi and whatnot, or rather the benching, and I feel like Zevi is one of those pieces who you aren't going to let go of, who you're guaranteed keeping.
I was shocked.
He was playing pretty well. So the fact that he's on the bench, I'm not entirely sure what they're cooking up in the kitchen over there, but it feels like that's not a move you just make off of a whim. It feels like there's an idea you have, whether it's some scheme that history fits into better, or whether maybe it's potential or whatnot, or maybe just behind the scenes, attitudes weren't great. I mean, again, you don't just bench a player like that unless there's a reason.
Yeah, and he's been gone for quite some time now as well. It's not like he just instantly joined up the ranks of another team. It's not like he just side graded or maybe even downgraded with potential to rise up once again. It was more so them just taking a back seat, which has now been, I believe, closer to 3 months, maybe a little bit over since his last showing with Fluxo. So, yeah, I'm not really entirely sure either, but I guess it's, again, a decision that they felt like needed to be made. They made it, and now they've got to kind of lay